The royal armory was Kale's sanctuary. For 15 years, he'd worked the leather, shaped the metal, and maintained the finest collection of armor in the kingdom. His hands knew every curve and contour of the ceremonial pieces, and his reputation was unmatched. Kings and nobility alike requested his craftsmanship specifically. But Queen Morisa was different. When she descended to the throne, Kale had expected the typical distance that came with royalty: polite nods, formal requests, minimal interaction. Instead, she visited the armory herself, selecting pieces personally and discussing designs with the passion of someone who genuinely cared about the work. Today, her ceremonial battle armor needed repairs. A state visit to the neighboring kingdom had gone poorly, and a scuffle during negotiations had left a dent in the shoulder plate and a crack in one of the side panels. The queen had brought it herself, dismissing her guards at the armory entrance. "It needs to be ready by tomorrow," she said, laying the armor carefully on the workbench. The War Council meets at dawn. Kale examined the damage, his practiced eye assessing the work ahead. "I can have it done. It'll need careful reshaping. Nothing a simple hammer blow can fix." "I trust you," Morisa said simply, and something in those 4 words made Kale pause. Trust from a queen wasn't casual. It was a statement of confidence in a way that most people never experienced. He got to work immediately. The armor required precise, delicate handling. Each hammer strike had to be controlled, each bend calculated. He worked methodically, losing himself in the rhythm of the craft. The metal gradually returned to its proper shape, the dent smoothing out, the cracks sealing under his careful ministration. But as he worked on the side panel, the armor shifted. Without a secondary person to hold it stable, it began to slip from the workbench. Instinctively, Kale reached out and caught it, his hands pressing against the metal to steady it. The queen, who'd been sitting silently in the corner reviewing documents, suddenly looked up. "Your touch," she said quietly. "It's gentle." Kale froze, uncertain if he'd heard correctly. "Your Majesty?" "Continue," Morisa said, setting down her papers and approaching the workbench. "But don't stop. I want to understand something." Confused, Kale resumed his work. His hands moved across the armor with the same careful precision, adjusting, smoothing, ensuring every seam was perfect. Each movement was deliberate, practiced, almost reverent in its attention to detail. After several minutes, the queen spoke again. "All my life, people have touched me with violence in their hands. Warriors with calluses earned from bloodshed. Healers with clinical efficiency. My parents with the weight of expectation." She paused. "You're the first person in years to touch something that's mine with actual care." Kale didn't know what to say. He'd never thought of his work as political or personal. It was simply the craft. The armor was an extension of the person wearing it, and it deserved respect. "When you hold my armor," Morisa continued, "I can feel that you understand it's not just metal. It's protection. It's identity. It's trust made physical." She watched his hands work for a moment longer. "Most people in this kingdom touch me because they have to, or because they want something. But you touch this armor like it matters." "It does matter," Kale said, and he meant it. "Everything matters. The person wearing this armor, she leads people. They follow her because they believe in her. That's everything. So yes, I touch it softly because it deserves softness. It deserves respect." The queen was quiet for a long moment. "Then, when I was young, I wanted to be a blacksmith. But my father said I had to be a queen instead. I've always wondered what it would have felt like to create something beautiful with my own hands, rather than simply ordering others to do it." Kale looked at the queen, truly looked at her, and saw not the weight of the crown, but the person beneath it. "Tomorrow," he said carefully, "if you have time after the War Council, you could come back. I could teach you, if you wanted." Something shifted in Maurice's expression, a small smile that seemed to hold years of longing. "I would like that very much," she said. As she left the armory that evening, the queen carried her repaired armor with renewed appreciation. And Kale understood that sometimes the most human thing you could do was touch something or someone with the gentleness they truly deserved.